about, baby? It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. Huh, so many people on meth. Ow!
Lots of crazy videos we have got today in our Whacked Out News. If you're watching us on YouTube right now on KBJ TV, I don't know if you've seen some of the videos from the wildfire that is burning in southern Miami-Dade. You know, we got drought conditions going all up and down here now, and some of these wildfires are starting to pop up, and it's affecting traffic. If you're trying to drive into the Keys, yesterday was kind of nasty, and they're warning the fire could spread rapidly with smoke potentially reaching Broward and Palm Beach counties as the winds are starting to shift. But yeah, I mean, especially looking at it at night, somebody was driving in there and you could just kind of see it looked like the world was on fire, basically. And you know how narrow the road is there?
Yeah.
When you're kind of driving right down into the Keys, and then, yeah, just fire up and down the whole side of it. So a red flag warning was issued due to drought conditions. They say about 20% of the fire near Homestead has been contained, but efforts have been hindered by soft terrain that makes firefighting equipment prone to sinking, so that's a terrible combination.
Wow.
Card Sound Road remains closed due to heavy smoke. Now, the cause of the fire is unknown, and upcoming dry weather offers little relief. They say maybe a slight chance of rain early next week, but that's why they're just kind of saying you got to beware, because these things are kind of crazy. Another insane video, this of a car chase, had some dramatic video released by Florida officials. It shows the moment when a missing teenager from Texas was found. The car was driven by a 19-year-old Jesus Esteban Arellano, who sped away as deputies approached, prompting the chase. And then after crashing into his car, deputies discovered and then safely recovered the 16-year-old girl.
Thank goodness, man, because that could have ended way worse. I love when they find them.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Absolutely.
And some of these kidnappers are so brazen, they will snatch somebody in the middle of the daytime in front of witnesses galore.
And people are like shocked by what happened. Nobody reacts quickly.
Always fight back. Instantly fight back.
Yep. Well, this was a fight between two construction workers on the side of I-75 here in Florida. FHP responded to reports of an active assault that was taking place inside of a construction zone in Manatee County.
Oh, no.
Finale Marius got into an argument with another construction employee before biting his cheek and then striking him in the head with steel rebar.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, you could find something at a construction site to really jack somebody up.
Yeah, you could.
Meanwhile, the woman was arrested and booked into Manatee County Jail, where she faces aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Rebar would be that.
Wow.
He was treated at the scene for significant injuries. So she jacked him up with that rebar. A 77-year-old Florida man showed up at a Gainesville hospital with pain in his chest back in 2020. Now, the doctor suspected he had an infection in his heart implant, but when they ran tests, that came back negative. So they're like, well, what is it? And then when they ran more tests, they realized he had this virus, a bacterial thing called Brucella suis. It's typically found in pigs. And apparently what had happened was this guy was given some feral swine meat from a hunter in 2018, scarfed it all down, and then wound up getting this bacterial infection.
He ate bad pig?
Yeah, they say that there are more than 1 million feral swine in Florida, and doctors are recommending that maybe you think twice about eating it.
Whoa. Was it undercooked or what?
Could have been too, yeah.
Oh, my god.
So it might have been both. So it might have more bacteria than other farm-raised pigs, but then, yeah, you definitely need to cook that better, and it still may not even get everything if you cook it well.
Wild swine, overcook it.
You know what they say, always know your swine dealer.
That's right. Boy, you get a lot of odd requests when you're an OnlyFans model, and now one, following the request of a client, is looking at possible murder charges. There was a man that asked to be wrapped in saran wrap like a mummy. The problem, unfortunately, sometimes when you do that, You're going to have a hard time breathing.
You got to pop a hole for the mouth and the nose.
Yes.
She didn't.
She did not.
Oh.
And this BDSM experience cost this man more than money. It cost him his life.
Wow. See, that's what happens when you get a little too kinky.
Yeah, and apparently they've got all of it on video as well.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's a rough one to watch.
Side note, on the Staten Island ferry, Panda was looking over this girl's shoulder as she was on her iPhone, and he said she was an OnlyFans model.
Okay.
And he was looking at she was just scrolling and scrolling through all of her tips and all of the requests of things that people wanted her to do.
Okay.
And then she went to check her bank balance. Panda said she had like $80,000 in the bank.
Good thing she didn't turn around and see him watching.
She didn't even notice. He was watching her for like 30 minutes, like everything she was doing on her phone, and she didn't even notice.
Wow.
But he's like, wow, that OnlyFans pays well, huh?
Yeah, it does.
Dang.
It really does.
Or was she trying to entice him, saying, look what I got. You want some of this?
I don't think so. I think she didn't even realize he could see over her shoulder.
Wow.
She was just kind of doing her thing, checking her OnlyFans.
They kind of just, also, too, when you're looking at stuff, keep that stuff tucked down.
Right.
That's the thing about traveling. You know, in South Florida, we're not all on top of each other, but I was just in New York City where everybody is all on top of each other. I can see everybody's phone all around me. Like, you can see what everybody is doing on their phone. It's not private.
Well, if you think about it, though, that may not be a bad way to get new business.
That's what I was thinking. Was she sending out signals going, hey,
you
I'm
sit
an
by a
OnlyFans.
guy and, okay, this looks like he could be a client. Let me just, I'll put it out there. There's a family that is suing Six Flags Magic Mountain, alleging their 22-year-old son suffered a fatal brain injury while riding one of their roller coasters.
What happened?
Apparently, his brother was talking about in the news I saw, and the kid's head snapped back, and then he died the next day. And they're saying it's all because of the roller coaster, and you should know about it. So that'd be an interesting lawsuit if they wind up winning that. Not only for that roller coaster, but for everything. Can you suffer injuries, fatal injuries on roller coasters? Because I assume he got off the roller coaster and everything seemed okay. Maybe he had a neck soreness.
Well, I have been on roller coasters before. And I'm talking about at major theme parks where you hit a turn or a bump or something, you go, wow, that really hurt my body. If you're older and got some legit neck pain or something, I could see that. I could see many issues happening.
And this is a 22-year-old.
Yeah.
A woman in Texas hit the lottery for $83.5 million last month.
Hey, good for you.
She's like, give me my money. And they're like, nope, not going to do it. They're like, you bought the ticket through an app called Jack Pocket. We don't take it. Doesn't count.
What? What's Jack Pocket?
I don't know. Now, she's, as you can imagine, not very happy.
I'm being treated as the bad guy. Never in a million years would think that there was anything sketchy or inappropriate.
We play by all the rules, and we're still playing by all the rules, and we expect that my client should be paid.
Okay.
I still don't even understand.
Why they put her on a voice disguiser?
Why does she sound like Virginia?
Maybe she wasn't.
Poor girl.
Yeah.
Girl, I recognize that pain.
This professor has spent the last 20 years collecting 200 fossils that are 380 million years old.
Okay.
Basically, in a sense, his life's work. Well, he shipped the fossils to a colleague, but the professor's university didn't really pay the shipping bill, so UPS dumped all the packages with the fossils in a landfill in Tennessee where they'll remain for the next 300 million years.
No.
Oh, that guy is devastated.
Can you imagine how crushed you'd be?
I mean, how do you rebuild from that?
You don't.
I don't know what you do.
You have to find different work.
You got to get out of dinosaurs.
I think you have to get out of it because it's going to break you.
I think it would
That
too.
would break me.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
I think it might.
This is how we do. It's the KVJ Show.